About winning that. Do you think no matter who won or got the better of or whatever, it's still sparring and it was years ago? Do you think any of that is relevant to what we'll see when they get in there?
I don't think it's relevant, but then again, you never know.
Okay sparring match, roughed me up. It actually taught me a lot,
A sparring video that got leaked shows Romero easily beating Ryan Garcia, even reportedly knocking him down and being very tough on him. Romero says he controlled the session, while Garcia admits it was a challenging experience but feels it helped him get better. He recognizes that Romero's pressure and strength made him adjust, which improved his skills. This video has started a discussion among fans about Garcia's toughness and Romero's abilities.
Let's be honest.
Right.
And I don't know if you were 16, 17.
Yeah, 17.
17, right?
Buck 30,
So
buck
he
25.
used the hell out of that video.
He did. He roughed me up.
Was that not wise? It was very
Yeah,
wise.
that's why I give him
Has he ever
credit.
thanked you?
Yeah, he didn't give me the thank you, but he said, if you fuck the finest bitch, you're gonna tell everybody you fucked the. I'm like, bro, you crazy. But at the end of the day, he used it to his advantage. Not mad at him, but I always wanted to put a stake into it and say he had a little okay sparring match, roughed me up. It actually taught me a lot, because I was sparking everybody out everywhere I went.
It's sparring.
Everybody, and that in the Mayweather gym. That's why it was even hyped that day for it. So it taught me a lot on what people are gonna try to do to me in the ring.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I see what they're gonna try to do.
It made you better.
It made me better.
Gervonta Davis has openly said that Rolly Romero has incredible punching power, calling him the hardest puncher he's ever faced in the ring. Davis explained that when Romero landed punches, it felt like being hit with a brick, highlighting the power of Romero's hits.
Rolly put out the upset. I don't want to say that's crazy, but yeah, hopefully for the sake of Rolly, he pulled it off. But it's gonna be a good fight. No, you think? Huh?
Someone's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody get knocked out.
Was it Ryan or was it Rolly? Because they both.
I ain't gonna lie, Rolly hit hard. People be sleeping on Rolly because he been obviously, I don't know how to say it, obviously. But yeah, if he don't got no chin down, so Rolly be getting caught. But Rolly can't hit, bro. Like he can hit. And he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks were going good.
Is that the hardest one? Is that the hardest one you faced throughout your whole career? Is that the hardest one?
Who else I sparred that was like that was Danny Garcia. I sparred Danny Garcia, and that guy, he get hit. Danny, what? He Puerto Rican, huh? Everything. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't touch me. He didn't touch me with nothing clean. But when he did touch me, he like hit me all across the ring, like boom, boom. Like, dang.
You seen that Ryan's not back with Eddie Reynoso, obviously Team Canelo. You think that's gonna
why do you think that's
gonna be good for him?
Because he's around someone.
Previous trainers.
Right. He's around someone that's great like Canelo, so he could be able to feed off of him. Anytime you put someone like around like other great people, they always rub off. You know what I mean? So I think that him being back with Team Canelo is gonna be great for Ryan.
Besides praising Romero, Davis has openly questioned whether Ryan Garcia is cut out for professional boxing. He publicly mentioned that Garcia shouldn't be a boxer, suggesting he has doubts about Garcia's commitment and abilities.
Shouldn't be a boxer. I don't think so. Cause it's even just like me. I start watching his like interviews and things like that. Just watching him as a person, like trying to get to know him. I just don't see it for him. I just don't see it. Like boxing on Instagram probably be cool, but not an actual fighter. Like he should like train people or something like that. I don't know. I just don't see it for him.
I just don't see it, Davis said about Garcia's career in boxing. He might look good on Instagram, but not as a real fighter. Maybe he should train other people or something. I don't know. I just don't see it for him. As the fight between Romero and Garcia approaches, a leaked sparring video shows Romero knocking Garcia down. Romero has been bragging about it, saying he can do the same in their official fight. Although the video shows Romero's strength, it's important to remember That sparring is different from a real fight.
Rolly, they sparred and Rolly bullied him. Rolly bullied him to the point. Ryan was leaking. Go watch that sparring video. His power is definitely legit. Both of them.
He ain't no scrub.
But
you think he gonna be walking Garcia down all fight?
He definitely gonna be trying to. I'm saying, Rolly Romero gonna go in this fight trying to bully him.
Yeah.
He gonna try to come out fast because Ryan is not somebody you want to try to let get in the rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he got a good reach. You ain't trying to
Really
let
good
him keep
reach.
him. Let him keep him at distance. So he definitely got to close that distance all fight.
But in that sparring video, Rolly got hit with that left hook like 10 times, and that was what Head get.
On that left hook on this highlight tape.
Ooh.
Rolly. He didn't get dropped, but he got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
The history between Garcia and Romero adds more excitement to their upcoming fight. Past sparring sessions are said to have been one-sided, with Romero being the dominant one. This could affect the mental aspect of the fight, as Romero may feel confident going into the ring, while Garcia could be motivated to prove himself and overcome past failures.
Ryan Garcia gotta redeem himself. He on that PED. He on the what you think? Who gonna win? Rolly, Ryan Garcia? What's going on?
Well, when you look at these fighters' history, Rolly and Ryan, they have a big history. They actually sparred before. You can go watch their fight on YouTube.
They say he cloud chasing.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm gonna be honest, man. When I watched the spar, you know, Rolly was beating him, man. Ryan didn't have no answer for Rolly. If Ryan don't be aggressive on Rolly, I feel like Rolly just gonna, you know, take the fight to him. And
check this out. We got Ryan Garcia winning, man. Simple. Rolly gonna have to get that smoke.
The importance of the sparring sessions between Garcia and Romero has become a topic of debate among boxing fans. Some believe Romero's past dominance gives him a psychological edge in the official fight, while others argue that sparring doesn't predict the outcome, as fighters often experiment or hold back during training.
For the sparring between these two, obviously I've seen the sparring. My personal opinion is that I don't really read into it all that much. I think that if you drop a guy in sparring, if you knock a guy out in sparring, if you force him to quit in sparring, then you might always have a part of you that feels like mentally you've got the upper hand on that man, having got the better of him before. But this spar in particular feels completely different to me. The circumstances are just so different because you haven't really bettered that man before, have you, if you're Rolly Romero? Like, I've watched that spar, as most of you guys have, and was it a one-sided beatdown? I didn't really think so. I thought it was a spar where one man was coming to spar in Ryan Garcia and one man was coming to brawl. And remember, there is about a 3.5-year age gap between these two, so I believe at the time of the sparring that we've seen the footage of, Ryan Garcia is about 17, Romero's about 21. That's a big difference, you know. When it's between sort of 25 and 28, it isn't that big a difference, but yeah, 17 and 20 odd or 21, whatever it was, that's a big difference. That's a lot of man strength that Romero's going to have on his side. And for me, it looked like the cleaner work in the earlier rounds was coming from Ryan Garcia, and then I think in the later rounds, as you would expect, the older man got to him a little bit more. I find that of a lot of sparring partners, you know. I'll spar ABA champions and stuff like that, and they'll have quick starts against me where they're vastly more experienced than me, but in the later rounds I'll drag them a little bit deeper and I'll have more success. Those things can happen, and past Riyadh season cards have showed us, especially, you know, Daniel Dubois against Filip Hrgovic, that what happens in sparring doesn't always mean that much when it comes to what happens in the fight.
Rolly Romero has said that he put his issues with Ryan Garcia behind him a long time ago, and is now fully focused on their upcoming fight. He is determined to win, and is dedicating all his efforts to preparing for this match.
The thing with me and Ryan is, I done ended that beef long ago. Because I'll tell you guys all something. And while everyone over there bullying and slandering the mother, who's the only one that defended him? Throughout all the fucking bullshit, who's the only one that defended him?
His mama.
No, me. The only fight I care about right now is Ryan Garcia. And then the winner between that and me and Ryan gets Gervonta Davis. We're going to do this all on pay-per-view, on Showtime pay-per-view. We're going to do this shit, all right? Like I said, at the end of it, I got the belt.
This fight is going to be a huge event since both fighters have already fought Gervonta Davis. Garcia won his match, while Romero lost. Now, Garcia and Romero are ready to face off, both eager to show what they can do. The winner will have the chance to boost their status in boxing, gaining respect and possibly earning title shots, with both fighters driven for success and redemption. This fight is expected to be a crucial moment in their careers, offering high stakes and promising. An exciting, unpredictable battle.
Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero is going to be a big event. And sadly, it may destroy Devin Haney's and Lomachenko's destroy their numbers. People love knockouts. And you know Rolly Romero versus King Ryan Garcia, there's going to be a knockout. And either way, if Rolly Romero were to knock out Ryan Garcia, that would be hysterical. Ryan Garcia, he knocks out Rolly Romero, he becomes like this superhero. Because the whole Tony Weeks, Barroso thing, okay, the press conference would be crazy. Don't forget, Rolly Romero versus Gervonta Tank Davis, before the Ryan Garcia fight, that was his biggest fight. He made for the biggest pay-per-view draw for Gervonta Tank Davis. He's going to do the same. But don't forget, Gervonta Tank Davis, him versus King Ryan Garcia, did make history. And both of them were in the ring that night. So people want to see how Ryan Garcia looks coming back.
The Garcia versus Romero fight becomes even more significant because it will take place in Times Square, New York. This famous location shows how important the fight is in the boxing world, as only major events get such big promotions. Times Square, with its lively atmosphere and worldwide exposure, brings extra excitement and prestige to the event. The choice of such a high-profile venue shows how much attention this fight has gotten, and the potential it has to affect both fighters' careers. This fight will certainly grab the attention of fans around the world.
Imagine a fight in Times Square, like literally in the middle of New York, in Times Square, like a little ring being there. Can you imagine that? Well, you don't have to imagine it more. Why? Because May 2nd, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero is official and it's taking place in Times Square. Oh, and I'm serious. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, Devin Haney versus Ramirez, and Teofimo versus Honor Barboza is now official for May 2nd in Times Square. Yes, in Times Square. I have so many questions. First of all, how are they going to do this? How is going to pull this off? Are people going to be comfortable watching this? Are you going to charge? Is this going to be free? How is this happening? I have no clue. I have so many questions, zero answers, but on May 2nd, I will get my questions answered. Turkey Al Sheikh, Ring Magazine, they're the ones bringing this whole card to New York. This is going to be a great card. Let me know, what do you guys think about this? I personally think this card is going to be great. You can say whatever you want about Rolly, but the man always knows how to entertain the crowd, whether that be press conference or whether that be the fight, but the man knows how to entertain. And Ryan Garcia, and what I have to say about him after his fight against Devin Haney, I really don't have to say much. Let me know, what do you guys think about this?
Boxing trainer Jeff Mayweather has shared his thoughts on the fight between Garcia and Romero. While many believe Garcia is the better fighter, Mayweather sees a real chance for Romero and plans to support him. He points out that sparring results don't always reflect the outcome of a real fight, emphasizing the unpredictability of boxing. Mayweather believes the fight could go in unexpected directions, and Romero's determination and style might prove to be too much for Garcia to handle, making the match exciting and full of surprises.
Do you think those accurately reflect the possibilities of who's going to win this fight?
That's possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Ryan is more proven. Ryan is, you know, I mean, most people feel that he's the better fighter, but I think Rolly has a great chance. I mean, he definitely has a puncher's chance. I mean, he can punch, and I'm leaning. And I mean, I'm gonna be, and I'll probably be cheering for Rolly. I mean, because he's kind of like a home guy for me, you know. Because I mean, I don't know Ryan that well, but I've been watching him, and Ryan's you know, you don't know what Ryan is going to show up though.
Well, they famously sparred at the Mayweather gym a few years ago.
Yeah.
Really likes to brag about winning that. Do you think, no matter who won or got the better of or whatever, it's still sparring and it was years ago? Do you think any of that is relevant to what we'll see when they get in there?
I don't think I don't think it's relevant, but then again, you never know because Ryan and Devin Haney. They fought each other, 6 times as amateurs, but and on fight night, you saw that Ryan kind of like just took the play from Devin. He never could really get back on track.
Boxing experts have been analyzing the strengths of both fighters. Ryan Garcia is often praised for his natural talent, speed, and technique, while Rolly Romero is known for his aggressive attitude and strong fighting spirit. Experts believe Romero's mental toughness and relentless style could be a tough challenge for Garcia, who may need more than just his natural abilities to win. While Garcia's speed and technique are impressive, Romero's toughness and determination might push him to dig deeper, relying on strategy and grit to overcome the pressure and secure a tough win.
So Dre, today I want to get with you and get your insight on the matchup between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. How do you see that fight?
Well, if and when that fight go down, man, I really don't care about either of the two. Rolly he too much for me, right? Ryan has a lot of potential, but at the same time, I just ain't feeling him too much. Yeah, so Ryan has all of the talent, right? Formal, boy can execute. He's not scared. You see what he did when he got in there with Tank, leading up to the knockout, right? Rolly has a big mouth and has the mentality to back it up. I honestly don't feel like that'll be enough. I think Ryan, especially the last fight with Tank, grew a lot since then, and I see him, if that fight ever takes place, taking Ryan easy.
Rolly Romero is extremely confident going into his fight with Garcia. He has even made an audacious bet of $1 million, claiming he will win by knockout. This bet shows Romero's deep belief in his punching power and his confidence that he can end the fight before the final round. Known for his aggressive style, Romero is certain he will overpower Garcia and is committed to proving himself with a knockout, showing that he's willing to risk everything for a victory in this high-stakes matchup.
What would you bet on it?
Knockout.
But what would your wager be, though?
$1 million.
Okay. All right. You fought twice in 2024. You were pretty active. You had the loss to Isaac Cruz, but you came back against Manuel Jaimes. Ryan obviously only had one, and he's been out the ring since the whole suspension with the Haney situation. How do you feel about him having that time off and you still being somewhat more active than he was? Do you feel like that's an advantage?
At this level, nobody's truly active like that. This level, if you fight twice a year, you're golden. It's been a year for him, but he had a busy last year before that, so 3 times that year.
Former world champion Zab Judah finds the upcoming fight between Garcia and Romero unpredictable. He recognizes that both fighters have their own unique strengths, making it hard to choose a clear winner. Judah highlights Romero's raw power and unorthodox style as dangerous factors, while also acknowledging Garcia's speed and precision. He emphasizes that neither fighter should be underestimated, as both have the potential to knock out the other. Judah believes this match is full of possibilities, and the outcome will depend on which fighter can capitalize on their strengths and expose the other's weaknesses.
I think if that's what makes the fight interesting. That's what I'm saying, basically. That's what makes it interesting, is that, wow, this guy is coming into the ring with one attribute of great skills. This guy's coming into the ring with another side of attribute of great skills. So I think it's going to be a great, exciting fight. Unexpected. We don't know who's going to win. It's no high end. So this is what makes great fights. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has their great expectations of what Ryan could do. We have great expectations of what Rolly could do. You know what I'm saying? Ryan probably has more higher expectations, but the style and the power of Rolly Romero, nobody can go to sleep. Think about it. The power and the style of Rolly Romero, there's nobody that can go to sleep on this. Nobody. There's no way. No way.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.